Welcome everyone, Simon here from the Wells of Wall Street. Elrond update here, EGLD on the exchange. One of our favourite bags here at the Wells of Wall Street. The Elrond network is absolutely phenomenal. An absolute powerhouse, guys. And it is only just getting started. Before we go into the chart with some really cool news in the last 24 hours or so, I want to pull out some top line information here from Elrond in the last few days. So we have the Elrond or the Maiar. I think it's Maiar, isn't it? The DEX launching. That is absolutely fantastic to see this platform finally. Finally in fruition. Sorry. This is going to, in my opinion, help towards Elrond's price movements in the near future for sure. But my main topic today is Holoride. Now, we talked a lot about the metaverse recently. It's a topic that has been burning people's ears for the last few weeks. It's got mainstream awareness now across a multitude of media platforms around the world, news channels, radio stations, left, right and centre. It's a big topic of mine because I absolutely love the concept of Ready Player One mentality, the blockchain gaming infrastructure and tokenomics, play to earn, all this stuff that's coming in the future. Now, there are arguments to say whether metaverse is a good thing or a bad thing or not, but what I do like is the technological aspect, the funness of it, the creativity. So there's a massive thing here. Now, Holoride, guys, you're maybe wondering what that is, or you might have not seen the recent updates. Every car ride you can earn up to $2,500. You're probably sitting there going, what are you talking about? Well, this is it. So $10,000 challenge. So there's loads of cool little stuff up here, but this is just one of the little competitions. So that's not like a consistent thing. It's just a little competition that's going on because of this partnership. Now, this also relates to AUDI, and you're probably sitting there going, what on earth does Elrond have to do with AUDI? AUDI, sorry, not Aldi. That's a supermarket. Holoride, guys. Holoride is backed by AUDI, the phenomenal German manufacturing car giant. So just quickly, German startup Holoride creates an entirely new media category for passengers. I will reiterate that, passengers. Honestly, if you're a driver and you have the capacity in your mind to think it's a good idea to put a VR headset on while you're driving, do not get behind the wheel. I will make that categorically clear right now. Do not do that. But for passengers, connecting extended reality, which is XR, so you're going to see this buzzword quite a lot in the near future and moving forward for sure. XR content with the data points from the vehicle in real time. So remember we talked in a recent video about ATH, about tracking and tracing and stuff like that from loads of different aspects. But now with GPS, and you think about Starlink and all those GPS satellites that Elon's putting up, and the Chinese, the Americans, everyone else, taking GPS to that another level. It's not just for this, obviously. It's for a multitude of reasons, for locational aspects and sat navs and the interoperability with transportation moving forward. But anyway, I digress. But for the physical feedback and the actual aspect of monitoring the transportation, sort of real-time locations, etc. So things like acceleration, steering, traffic data, travel route. Holoride technology provides a new type of immersion into any kind of VR content. So this is really cool, guys. So a bit of information about the history, blah, blah, blah. Now, look at this. Right, so basically you can be in a passenger seat, looking around and actively playing games or engaging with your environment in a virtual way. And we'll go into a few examples in a second. It's absolutely crazy. So Holoride is engaged in collaborations with Audi, Porsche, Daimler and Ford. I don't know the Daimler? I don't know who that is. As well as media giants, Universal Pictures, Disney, Discovery Channel. So this is going to appeal to a multitude of markets and age groups. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. Piece of kit and technology and thought process behind this is absolutely genius. So reiterating here, ride tokens, NFT aspects, you can pick NFTs. Like when Pokemon Go came out, I admit I cheated a bit on Pokemon Go sometimes. To be fair, I'm not cheated because I use my bicycle if I went on cycling paths, so obviously not when I'm driving. But when I'm using my cycling, I had a phone holder for Pokemon Go, so it looked like I was still walking. but it's kind of exercise still, right? So it's technically not cheating, but it allowed me to speed up the process of getting the gains of the eggs hatching quicker and stuff like that. So I was thinking, like, imagine, oh God, I'd love Pokemon to just enter the blockchain environment, please, because I think, can you imagine NFTs and collectibles from the Pokemon aspect and just running around chucking virtual balls at everyone and stuff? Like, absolutely incredible. Anyway, but back to this, the ride tokens NFTs, so you can kind of get that concept of what could be potentially possible here. Universal Pictures, wow, that's incredible. Discovery, caliber of discovery, fantastic. So this is very interesting. Here's Holoride. So turning vehicles into moving theme parks. Please, I will reiterate, do not do this if you're driving. But as a passenger, life in the back seat or a passenger seat has got 50 million times more interesting than staring out a window at a load of fumes, dirty cars, brake lights and all sorts of other nonsense. If you're in the UK, probably protesters gluing their faces to roads for whatever reason. Deter yourself from the madness and put yourself into even more mad road where lifestyle here, where you can play to earn, you can do all sorts here. I'll just wait for that to load up properly, but very much a theme park in the world that you are living in. Absolutely crazy. I'm just going to turn the volume off so it doesn't backlash in the microphone here, but I'm not sure who that is. She looks familiar, but yeah, very much looking around. You'll probably look like an absolute lunatic from other cars looking in, but who cares? You're wandering around a world where penguins are driving cars. I mean, how cool would that be? Obviously, that's a bit of a concept visual there that they're doing here, but you get the idea. You imagine like throwing your arms about, collecting things, obtaining earn tokens that you could then transact into other crypto assets, get rankings, performance, this, that, and the other. Incredible. I think this is phenomenal. And Elrond is in the background of this. So this is not a Holoride video, obviously, but Elrond are powering this. Okay. So, in terms of the transactional aspect, especially the tokenomics side of things and the blockchain technology being able to help with the VR and internet scale aspect of Holoride. So I just thought it was really cool. More euphoria, less nausea. Brilliant. Whoever's put this website together, congratulations. Very cool. Really well put together, really well explained. Absolutely love it. And of course, we go to our topic as well about your electric cars and tokenomics and things like this. Imagine, right? So we talk about energy web token and things like that quite a lot on this channel. Imagine, right? You're a passenger and you could help your driver out by paying for fuel by messing about in the metaverse. What I mean by that is, imagine getting all your rewards, then converting them into tokens that are used for energy, and then you can use that to pay for the charging mechanism of your car. How about that? I think that's a great idea and concept. I'm sure they've already thought about it, but I'm just going to claim that as my own idea right now. You heard it here first. If anyone does it, maybe I should do a patent. So if anyone comes out with it that hasn't thought about it already, it's mine. It's mine. So guys, absolutely incredible. Go and check this website out. It was really fun. But from an entertainment perspective, imagine like when you're selling an electric car in the future or a car in general, and having this aspect for kids or family members or whoever's your passenger as an element of another addition of value to this car. Now, of course, this is maybe down the pecking order, as it were, in the line of things that are important to you when you're buying a car, but it does certainly add a new exciting dimension. And when you've got projects or companies like Audi, and they just mentioned like Porsche and a few other incredible media and universal picture giants and all those kind of things involved, wow, absolutely phenomenal. So Eagle's Maiar Launchpad, this is what the DEX platform was built for, to include unbelievable projects like this, as well as other ones here. Ride tokens. So I'd be interested to see actually the ride token. Let's just have a quick look while we're here to see if we can find that general aspect as something that you could potentially buy, perhaps. We'll have to check that. But I just thought I'd bring this to your attention, guys, because when we look at the price in a second in the chart, it could be for a mechanism of this, another reason why Elrond has increased in the last few days for sure. But certainly something to definitely keep an eye out for in the near future, especially that Holoride stuff. So I would be very interested to see quickly if we can. Look how terrible my internet is. It's so bad. I really need to get like Starlink in or something. Just take me away from this nonsense. I don't think it's that one, but maybe we'll just have to double check that to see if it's part of this or not. Oh, maybe. Interest Drive's website. Let's see what we got here. No, it's definitely not. I don't think so. No. So we'll keep an eye on that if there's any tokenomics aspects for Holoride moving forward. But that is so cool, guys. Let's jump into the chart. Stop me from waffling on even more. Smash that like button if you're finding it interesting. Subscribe to the channel if you're not done so already, and hit that bell button to make sure you get notified of all the awesome videos we have coming your way. So loads of cool stuff going on with Elrond recently. Let me just quickly change this fib chart in the long run to something a bit clearer so we can see properly. There we go. So guys, a few couple of announcements. We've had the previous or the recent all-time high today, I believe, $329. We've had the retracement already today. Let's pull in a bit closer to see where we are with that. Guys, absolutely phenomenal. And look at that. It literally hit our short-term fib retracement that we put in the previous video. 331 nearly. So it's very much nearly bang on with that. And we've had the retracement back down. So it'd be really interesting actually to put in an extra layer here just very briefly, just so we can see what it's looking like moving forward perhaps. I'm just going to move those price points to the right hand side so we've got a bit more visibility as well. To the right, here we go. So wow, okay, so we're very much trying to stabilize at this sort of 310 mark. We're doing a good job of it so far. So 314 is the price point as of recording. Look at this jump up here 2 days ago. So we had the low of 269 and a high of 309. That is beautiful. And over this 3 days, let's take that again, 269 up to the high of 329. Wow, almost $100 move in the last 3 days. So yeah, I'm bullish on Elrond. I'll admit that I have taken my Elrond out of staking in the last couple of weeks. So it takes, I think, 2 weeks to come back into the Elrond wallet account. I'm looking to bring some of it across to the exchange. I was buying Elrond around $25. Let us know in the comments below when you were purchasing Elrond. But I'm certainly looking to start taking profits as we enter towards this 350 mark and onwards. I'm still believing that we'll probably potentially see like a $700 or $800 mark for Elrond in the upcoming bull run. Let us know what your price predictions are for this particular project, but I'm super bullish about this one. But let's just take a look where we are now. So as I said, current time recording, $314. We've had nice movements today. I think this has come off the back of the Holoride announcement, of course, and a multitude of things like the Maiar DEX as well, which is of course powered by Elrond also. So there's some really cool stuff coming out with Elrond. I would just anticipate that we might have a bit more of a pullback now that the news has come out, and we'll see a development, I'm sure, today of a bit of negativity in the sense that we've had some really massive moves here, and it's absolutely right for people to have potentially been taking profits. And if you're an accumulator or a holder, it's not going to bother you too much, because I think Elrond is going to be flying in these few months coming ahead. The RSI is still relatively good in the sense that we've got plenty more room in the tank to move upwards if we want to. We've had pretty much some good corrections already, perhaps not as low as I thought they would be, but I think 49 is still respectable, and we've just started to have this nice uptake. So from this point of the 27th of October to around about yesterday, really nice uptake in volumes. And we'll just pull up this histogram here so we can see that in a bit more detail for you guys. So we're in a nice bullish movement right now. The volumes are still kicking in. I'm interested to see how it closes today and obviously into tomorrow, whether we get a repeat of this kind of area here that we saw on the 24th, 25th of October to entail a bit more of a sell-off. I don't anticipate gigantic drops here with Elrond right now because there's so much volume and investment in it from a multitude of people across across the world, of course. It's just very much about stabilizing and trying to find these definitive support lines. So here, for example, around these marks of around sort of 284, I think that's relatively ticked off quite recently, just from the movements we've seen in these areas. But I would be interested to see if Elrond potentially came back down to this 274 area first, or indeed even back to around almost like where it did yesterday. You can see clearly there's interest in this level here around this 297 on a multitude of levels here around the beginning of September, and also here at the end of October as well, and the touch point yesterday and kind of today as well. We were trying to affect that area. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove this previous red line here, and what I'm going to do is just add a couple of areas of interest. Now it's a bit cheeky of me to put one here again, but I'm going to do so anyway, just because of these previous touch points and this activity around here, as I've just mentioned. But I'm also going to look at areas, for example, around about here on the short-term fib retracement, which was around 280. In fact, I don't really need that line in there. We'll just keep that as it is. So this grey line that you see here, 279, 278. I'd be really interested. So I'm not going to be buying any myself, but it could be an opportunity for you guys out there that want to get into Elrond, save a bit of money. And like I said with previous videos, it doesn't mean you have to go and spend like $313 to get a whole one. You can do that in relative terms as well. You could put 10 in, 50, 100, whatever you want to put in. It's not financial advice. It's just really about gains, guys. £10 into whatever it increases to is still good, so don't be put off by that. Elrond is a phenomenal project. It's going to be absolutely huge in the future. I do anticipate some people were saying earlier this year that we might get to $1,000 this year, and I'm not saying that's not possible. I do believe around $700 to $800 is plausible and realistic. 1,000 may be a massive push, but there's not. What's to say that can't happen? Because the projects that are upcoming and coming out to fruition right now could take it to those levels. But in the near future, maybe like 5-10 years time, you could be looking well ahead to that 5,000 to 10,000 mark in 10 years time. I truly believe that. So we're on to the path of greatness, and I think there's still plenty of fantastic moves to see in the business end of this bull run in the coming months. So let us know what you think about that. And to wrap this video up, guys, on the performance chart here on the indicators on the right hand side, 16% up on the week, which is fantastic. It's all green on Elrond. 3,644% on the year. Wow. Well done to those that were invested in that period of time. As I said, I've got mine at 25. I'm very happy so far with the gains that have been occurring on this. Let us know when you got an Elrond. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? What are you excited the most about Elrond coming up in the near future? Let us know. And guys, like I said, I think what we're going to do right now is look for the support mechanism around this area, particularly trying to float above this $300, which of course in the last 2 days we tried to attack. It's rejected it. If we can do this, guys, in my opinion, if we can get a close over this sort of like 320 mark in the next few days, I think that we could start pushing this up. Now, what will happen potentially is generally a quick move, not necessarily in one day, but we could get a good push up in this next run that we have after the mini correction to take us up to these beautiful heights of near $400 and beyond. I think we're a few weeks off that still. Maybe perhaps towards the end of November into December, maybe the first week or second week of December, we might start seeing that $400 mark, anticipate nearer to there. But we'll have to see. But I think the next 24, 48 hours are really about, especially over this weekend, getting that structure of finishing above the 310 mark. And if we can do that over a 2-3 day period, I truly believe we can start pushing up way beyond these previous, the all-time high that we hit today, and touch over that fib retracement level. Let's get it over the 230 properly. That's the next key level for me, in my opinion. But we'll see how it goes. We're in a bullish momentum right now with Elrond, and long may it continue. It's a phenomenal project. I'm looking forward to doing another update video on this early next week. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll wrap that up there. We'll see you in the next Elrond video. Bye bye.